So
I didn't do good.
So what you say, it takes me back to when I used to be in banking. So, but at the time, because I was there, like, I didn't realize it until I got out of it. And bro, it was, like, you could look at it as real bad. So at the end of the day, we would come and have a debrief, and we had a leaderboard of everyone that worked in the bank. So you could see, so we'll come and go, I'll go, okay, Cam, how many credit cards today? And the whole team's, you're like, oh, nothing. I'm like, oh yeah, donut.
Yeah.
So did you get any insurance to say? Nah, oh, another donut. But like that environment, bro, like when I was in it, bro, it was just normal to me.
Yeah.
But then when I got, I was like, bro, then, you're going to get people, I'm just using you as an example, like Cam, feeling like that. So he's just going to go and sell a credit card to an old lady because he doesn't want to come at the end of the day and say, oh no, I got another donut.
Yeah.
It creates a real toxic environment. Where I've always been the belief of going back to just have conversations. If there's a product that the bank has and you explain to them how it can benefit the client, but they'll take it. But if you just, because I used to have friends come in and see me when I was in the bank, and they'll always go, and then like they'll go, oh, we'll have lunch, and I go, oh yeah, come into the branch and get me, and they go, no, fuck that, man. Every time I come in there, I go, oh, is Vinny there? And they go, oh, where's your KiwiSaver?
I think ASP Nick and Ray was classic for that, man. I'm just here to do a deposit. He goes, have you looked at it?
You know what I mean? But when you're in it, you don't realize, hey, you're like, bro, we just have to, I don't want to be like I at the end of the day where everyone's looking at me, so Vinny, what'd you get? Donut, bro.
Well, you know what you're talking about? You're talking about sales, eh?
Sales and
like sales,
because you have KPIs and all that.
And it's probably the difference between the car salesman and someone that's that's having a relationship with the customer, because you're right, it's all about conversations, and it's about knowing what the customer wants and helping them out for what they want, not what you think they want.
Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah. But that's where it can be blurred lines, because the guy doesn't want to come back at the end of the day, but the man's got nothing here.
ASP are good, bro, because I tell you, man, I've been in there, the one in the mall, man. I went in there to get like a life insurance. Fuck, I ended up getting a top up on a loan that I didn't even need. I was thinking to myself, fuck, did I just transfer my car from EGC over to them? Like, what the fuck?
Bro, yeah, and that's massive, It goes back to, the sales techniques that we were taught, like little things like asking open-ended questions, like they train us, train you how to have those conversations in it. So you don't ask a question where the client says yes or no. They have to give you an answer.
Yeah.
Right. That's why, like, I was like, when I became a manager, I was happy because I taught my staff just how to have conversations. Like I said, I know we're in a sales environment. The sales will come if you're genuine. But if someone comes in, you're selling them, I came in just to deposit my money. Oh yeah, where's your life insurance? Because bro, that's what it was like. Honestly, man, it was like that. But then, bro, it was crazy as well, though. Being in banking, especially for me, like, bro, because I had no education. And then when I became a manager, I used to have a lot of people going, oh, so what uni did you go to? I was like, oh, bro, I didn't go to uni.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, how did you become a manager? It's like, oh, bro, you had a working hard? And all these, bro, there's some people in my staff, man, they're like, bro, had master's degrees and stuff like that. But then, like, but I used to be, I remember, especially like I had a Chinese guy, man, like, bro, such a good guy. He's like an islander, but he's like a still Chinese harder. He's from China. And he used to struggle because I used to have to sit in and coach them. So I'd say, hey, bro, I'm going to come in and with this client, I'll just sit there and just do your thing. But it'd be real awkward, because he was good with like people he knew. But if he had a client come in, bro, it was like awkward silence. And then so I used to just jump in and just have a comment like, oh, what are you guys doing today? Oh, where are you going? Oh, yeah, and stuff like that. And then, after they would leave, I'll speak to him, and then he'll like turn around and goes, bro, you're like a magician or something. How do you talk to people like that? I was like, bro, you just ask them how their day is, and, just off the back of that. It's not rocket science, but I used to just laugh out or think to myself, people put up these boundaries or, make it real hard for themselves just by, I don't know, they're probably not used to socializing with people because there's few introverts in that, which is all good, but yeah, I just found it funny how bro, all these people with master's degrees in there couldn't even just talk, man.
Yeah.
You know, like fuck, it honestly used to blow my mind.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that because, you know, a lot of these guys that come in at uni, they just know how to be taught something, follow instructions, like read the books and then write the answers, you know.
Yeah.
And, but then if they're hard on that, then they're home, put their head on the books. They're just studying all the time. They don't have that human interaction. I mean, you went overseas, you went around the world, and you know, you had those life skills. You know, that I think maybe they don't know how to balance that.
Yeah.
You know,
and I think you're right. Like, especially like being a mortgage advisor. Like, you know, I'll give you an example. I'll send through a deal, right, and then someone, like, they had 2 jobs, but they can only use that income after they've been in that second job for 3 months. So sent it through. The person came back and goes, "Oh, as per policy, it doesn't fit." And then I was like having a look. I was going, "Bro, it would be 3 months the day after settlement." Like, bro, like, come on, where's the common sense here? Then he kept coming. He goes, "No, we can't." I said, "Well, can you?" Because we have relationships with they're called BDMs. So I went to the BDM and I spoke to him, and he's an old school banker. He goes, "Yeah, that's an approval every day of the week." He goes, "What's wrong?" I said, "Bro, they're pushing back because I had in my notes that they'll be a day short of 3 months." And he's just going, "Oh, don't worry about it." And then he got it approved in the end. But it's like those little things, like there's just no common sense. You know, they just, especially when they came back, or as per policy, I was going, "Oh, bro, F off." I mean, you can't say that to them, but you know what I mean? But yeah, so I think for me personally in banking, there's a lot of people just don't use their common sense. You know, like there's stuff that we can mitigate that might not be as per policy like that deal was, but bro, what's one day? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you get quite a few of those, and sometimes you're just like, bro, these guys are playing up, man. But then you understand. I mean, when you speak to them on the phone, you just know that they just buy the book. You know, it doesn't fit our criteria because it's, you know, a week out or something like that. So,
you know, when you've had all these experiences when you used to work at the bank, and then you got your own business now, you're sort of free of that, but now you can look back and see.
Yeah,
it must be cool, like to see what you can change, or what, you know, what you can bring across and what you can leave behind in terms of like the way they do things in sales and the bank. And
like, I mean, but there's a lot of good things, you know, I've learned in banking, and I guess for me the key ones are just relationships that I've built within the bank. You know, because there's a lot of good people there, and but I mean, just in terms of like my journey, like you know, I could have just stayed on that path of, bro, just sell. You know, but who cares if I'm selling to this person or what person, you know? But you know, when, you know, because you can easily get caught up in that, because everyone, that's the environment. But I don't know, bro, just one day if I just sort of woke up and said, bro, this is like rubbish, man. And bro, I'll be honest, I wasn't the best salesman, but bro, once I changed my mind like that, bro, then bro, I was like to the top, man, top of the leaderboard, you know. And it was little changes or little things that I felt that I needed to do. And then, my results, man, just skyrocketed when I was at the bank. And that was just because I took that, you know, I changed my mindset. Is instead of just selling, I'll help people. And then, from that, just grew.
And it's funny, it happened in the bank.
I know, exactly.
Amongst the environment.
So that's what I mean. So when I became a manager, that's what I try to instill in my team. That, bro, if you see someone coming in, don't run up to him and go, "Hey, where's your KiwiSaver?" You know, say hello, introduce yourself, you know, what are you up to today? And through those conversations, you'll find out, you know, what they're here for. You know, if they're here just to withdraw deposit money, just let them do it. Don't, try and sell stuff.
Did you get any feedback from the higher ups? Because it sounds to me like, you know, you're in this culture at work where you didn't agree with, and you decided to do the opposite, and it made you manager. And then
I know, right?
To me, it doesn't make sense.
I know. It's it was the fact that I was still meeting KPIs, right? So I was still getting those sales, and I was exceeding sales, right?
Yeah.
But I wasn't pushing it. I was doing it my way, which was through having, you know, I used to say just genuine conversations, finding out, what you needed, or, it would be like someone's come in, I've done their home loan, and then while I'm doing their home loan, I'll speak to them, I go, well, has anyone spoken to you about like, mortgage cover or, stuff like that. So eventually when they were left, I would have, I'll call it sell, I hate the word sell, but I would have given them these products that they did need, but I didn't force it upon them. I just said, you need this. Here's a quote. If you want me to do it, I'll do it for you. If you want to go elsewhere, then, go take this and get a comparison quote. And then they'll come back and go, no, we'll just do it for you, Vinny, because, you're the only one that's straight up with us, Because honestly, bro, like some of the complaints I used to get when I was a manager, I was just be rolling my eyes going, bro, what the hell? But yeah, it's just genuine conversations. And that's how I started performing really well, by just having honest chats.
And no one, they didn't...
Well, they wouldn't come in because I was exceeding my expectations. So, you don't pick on the ones that are doing good, right? It's the ones that are getting the donuts. You got to go, I better go and invest my time. Why are they not selling, or why are they not doing well? So I didn't have any issues.
It makes sense to me if the corporation would look at you as an example of, he must be... What is Vinny doing that's, doing good? And they look at it, no, he's doing the opposite what we...
Yeah, well...
He's doing the opposite of what the culture is.
Yeah.
So they would change it then.
I guess, well, they did. So when I was at BNZ, it was all about genuine conversations. In my last year, when I was at BNZ, but then with that being said, that there was the talk about the removing the leaderboards in that. So the focus there was, okay, you've got to have 3 genuine conversations, and off that, you've got to identify, say, 2 products. So it wasn't selling the product, so it was identifying what they need. And then you'd have to do a follow-up piece to say, hey, I spoke to you about, a credit card. Would you still like the credit card? And versus, yep, you've come in for, a top-up on your mortgage. Well, with your mortgage, I'm going to give you a $10,000 credit card because you automatically apply for that. It's a platinum one. These are the features you're going to get, So it was a changing, I guess, of the guard in that time in terms of selling and then changing it to general conversations. Because at that time when I was leaving the banking, that's when that whole big thing in Australia, the Royal Commission, was happening around that.
What was that?
It started through selling products that clients didn't need.
Basically, I've seen a movie around something like that. Yeah. And it was a bank that ended up falling.
So it's mad.
Yeah,
and so obviously because the banks, New Zealand wasn't involved, but because we're owned, we obviously had to make sure that that stuff wasn't happening. But hey, it was.
Lincoln Road.